Public relations can be a powerful way for you to build awareness of your brand, connect with new audiences, and build your company's credibility and reputation. However, building a strong public relations plan that gets you the results you want can take a lot of time and effort. So what are some of the best public relations tools you can use to improve people's perceptions of your brand and/or business? Stick around to find out. Hello Pop Jots fans and followers. In this video, we're going to discuss 6 public relations tactics that you can use to increase your brand's credibility and reputation. But first, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. On this channel, we discuss all things related to marketing, advertising, and public relations. If this sounds interesting to you, then please subscribe to my channel now and click the bell icon to be notified when my next video goes live. This way you'll never miss any of my marketing related content. Let's get started. Public relations tactic number 1, press release. A press release, also called a news release, is one of the most common and conventional types of public relations writing. These articles are usually tied to current events and can provide a unique and engaging story to build awareness for your brand. Some of the places where you can distribute your press release include radio stations, TV news networks, blogs, websites, and online news distributors. In terms of cost, most companies pay between $125 and $1,500 to write a press release and another $350 to $3,000 to distribute it. These costs are influenced by factors such as the experience of your writer, how many media networks you're distributing to, and the prominence of each media distributor. For example, if you want your press release to be featured on Forbes or Business Insider, it would cost more than you would pay to be featured on a local news station's website. Some of the advantages of press releases are, they provide a relatively cheap way of getting publicity for your brand, they give you access to a wider audience across multiple locations, and they build your credibility by making you look more like an industry expert. On the other hand, press releases provide disadvantages in that you don't have full control over what parts of your message get distributed, there is no guarantee that your message will get picked up due to high competition, and you can't use a press release to directly sell a product or service. Because of these various factors, the best time to issue a press release is when you want to broadly announce a new idea, event, product, or service, or you want to quickly build your company's credibility and reputation. Public relations tactic number 2, press conferences. A press conference is an organized event that allows you to build relationships with news networks and media outlets. Their purpose is to help you generate timely news about your organization in response to both positive and negative events. For example, if your company has recently made record profits, you might hold a press conference to share the positive news with your local community. On the other hand, let's say your company is suddenly facing an emergency or crisis situation. In this case, you might hold a press conference to combat negative publicity and correct any misunderstandings. Now with this public relations tactic, it's a bit harder for me to put an exact price on it since every press conference is different. However, what I can tell you is that press conferences will usually range anywhere from a few $1,000s for small events to a few $100,000 for large events. Some of the factors that can influence how much you'll pay to organize a press conference are how long it takes you to organize the conference, the location of where the conference is taking place, what time of day the conference meets, how many professionals you're hiring to keep the conference running smoothly, and how many journalists you want to invite. Next, press conferences are strong in that they help you distribute information quickly, they allow you to present your story in a positive way, they help you build stronger relationships with media networks, and they make your company appear more professional, transparent, and honest. However, press conferences are weak in that organizing them takes a lot of time and effort, they can require a lot of complex planning, and they can make you look bad if you aren't prepared. For these reasons, press conferences are a good idea when you want to inform your community about a special event, respond to a fast-breaking news story or crisis, or make a significant announcement. Public relations tactic number 3, public speaking. Public speaking can be an effective public relations tactic because it builds awareness and makes you look like an expert in your industry. With public speaking, you have the power to influence people by providing educational content that addresses their various pain points. Some of the places where you can give speeches are community events, professional conferences, charity events, universities, and so forth. And to make things even better, public speaking won't usually cost you money. In fact, public speaking will often make you money while also building your influence over others. Some of the factors that influence how much money you can make from public speaking include how famous you are as a speaker, what venue you're speaking at, how many people are attending the event, and the time of year that you give your speech. So what are some of the strengths and weaknesses of using public speaking in your public relations campaign? Public speaking is strong in that it makes you look more credible in the minds of those who are listening. It gives you the ability to present tips, techniques, and ideas in an engaging way. You can use it to build a strong personal relationship with new customers, and you get the opportunity to share your message with many people at a time. However, public speaking is weak in that many people are afraid of speaking in front of others. You don't always have control over how people respond to your message. You could risk embarrassing yourself if you accidentally say the wrong thing, and speeches are more time-consuming to prepare and produce. Lastly, public speaking is a good public relations tactic to use when you want to influence many people at once, or you need a quick way to build your brand's credibility. Before we continue, please subscribe to my YouTube channel now if you want more content like what you see in this video. Also, if you want help writing a press release or other marketing message for your brand, head over to www.popjots.com/contact and pick a time to meet with me on my calendar. Click on the calendar link in the description below now to get started. You can also reach Pop Jots by calling 855-767-5687 or email us at contact@popjots.com. Now back to the video. Public relations tactic number 4, events. Events can be a powerful way to strengthen your reputation and promote your brand. When you contribute to or participate in events, you get more opportunities to interact with potential customers and network with important people in your industry. Some of the different types of events you can attend, sponsor, or host include charity events, fundraisers, community events, industry events, small trade shows, and launch parties. Each of these event types varies in cost from less than $100 to many thousands of dollars depending on how you are participating in the event, where the event takes place, when the event is scheduled, what type of event you're attending, and whether or not you're the one hosting the event. For example, if you're just attending an industry event as an average participant, you might pay anywhere from $30 to $200 for tickets. Or, if you want to set up an information booth at a community event, you might have to pay between $2,000 and $3,000 for that space. And then again, if you're the main host of the event, you might have to pay more than $100,000 to organize and set everything up. Some of the advantages of participating in events are, they often attract influential attendees, they can help you generate more buzz and get more exposure, they can give you more opportunities to network with potential customers, and they make you look like an expert in your industry. However, events provide disadvantages in that they can be saturated with messages from other brands, making it harder for your brand to stand out. They are sometimes expensive to organize or attend, and they can consume a lot of your time. Because of these considerations, events are a good PR tactic when you want to showcase your company's ethics, standards, and values, build personal relationships with customers in your community, or network with other experts in your industry. Public relations tactic number 5, partnerships. When you form partnerships with other influencers or businesses, you gain the ability to leverage other people's networks to build your audience and grow your brand. This success is made possible because people tend to trust recommendations that come from other people over branded messages. However, if you're going to form a partnership with someone, you should choose your partner very carefully. Make sure you pick a partner who has similar goals, values, and traits to you. This consideration is important for 2 reasons. First, picking a partner who has similar traits to you helps your brand's message sound more consistent. Second, your partner's credibility and values can influence how potential customers perceive your brand. Some of the ways you can partner with others include creating co-branded products, collaborating together on pieces of content, and co-sponsoring charity events. Also, depending on how you structure your partnership deal, this type of public relations tactic can range anywhere from being free to costing you more than $25,000 per interaction. These costs are influenced by factors like how famous the influencer or partner company is, how much of your partner's time you're using, and what type of material you're creating. Some of the advantages of working with a partner are, you can leverage their audience to build awareness for your brand, you can create new forms of engaging content that might not otherwise be possible, and you can increase traffic to your social media pages and website. However, working with a partner can provide disadvantages in that you don't have full control over how your partner portrays your brand, your reputation can be negatively impacted if your partner does something wrong, and it can be expensive. For these reasons, the best time to form a partnership is when you want to work across industry niches to create a campaign that benefits both parties, create new content that wouldn't otherwise be possible, and increase your brand's traffic, reputation, and conversions. Public relations tactic number 6, media interviews. Media interviews are one of the most valuable public relations tools you can use to increase your brand's influence. These interviews are beneficial to your business because they help you reach a wider audience than you could reach on your own, they give you a platform where you can express your brand's vision, and they make you look like an authority in your industry. Some of the places where you can give media interviews are newspapers, magazines, news stations, talk shows, local radio shows, national radio shows, YouTube channels, and podcasts. This tactic has varying costs depending on who is interviewing you, what type of platform you're being interviewed on, and what type of an audience will eventually interact with your story. For example, if you're being interviewed by a news station or radio station, your interview might be free. In contrast, if you're being interviewed by a major online influencer on a podcast, you might have to pay thousands of dollars for their time. Some of the strengths of media interviews are, they build brand awareness, they help you build stronger relationships with more media outlets, and they increase your credibility in the customer's eyes. However, media interviews are weak in that you don't have full control over what the media source publishes, it's difficult to measure the impact that the interview has on your audience, and there's no guarantee that you'll get the results you want. Because of these factors, media interviews are usually the best choice when you want to build instant awareness and trust toward your brand, and you want a quick way to reach new audiences. So there you have it. In this video, we've discussed 6 public relations tactics that you can use to increase your brand's credibility and reputation. Some of the things we've discussed include what types of public relations tactics exist, how much each public relations tool costs to use, and what strengths and weaknesses each tool has. If you like this video and want more marketing and advertising content like this, please subscribe to my channel now. Click on the subscribe button below to get started. Finally, if you'd like help writing a press release or other marketing message for your brand, head over to www.popjots.com/contact and pick a time to meet with me on my calendar. You can also reach Pop Jots by calling 855-767-5687 or email us at contact@popjots.com. Thanks for watching!